And here it is, the transporter with my blind buy from the guys up at Cartwright. I have not viewed any of these cars. I've bought completely blind, so we're going to get them offloaded and see what we think. Could be some horrors in here. So I've got a box full of V5s and keys, and I've got a load of cars here. We need to get them away from there and down here, so we made some room. And we're going to start to see what we've bought straight away. I can see there's a lot of dings in the bodywork in some of them. Obviously, like I said, I didn't actually go and see the cars. I just bought them as is, as a job lot. The Cartwright guys did offer me to go up and have a look at them, but I just said I don't have the time and I'll risk it for a biscuit. So what have we got? We've got a squirrel. We've got a 15 plate Cooper, which I believe is the 1.5, I believe. So that could be risky. We've got a 1.4, I believe it is, 207. I had quite a few of these before. They tend to be fairly reliable. We've got a 63 plate Mini 1, so that could be the either 1.4 or 1.6, I would have thought, isn't it? We've got a 1.4 Astra, which is a risky engine. They like to have cooling issues. And we've got a 1.6 TDI Golf, which again, the preferred engine is the 2 litre. Although I have sold a number of 1.6s, and I've only really ever had one have an issue with injectors, which is the most common thing with the 1.6. It's got a few dings and dents in it, but it is an old car. So we'll start going for a little spin and around the yard and see what we think. First up, the Golf. I say 61 plate. Forget what the miles is. Don't know why the back window's down. We'll have to see if that's working or if there is an issue. Excuse my sniffles. I've still got a bit of a cold. What was the miles? 114,000 miles. Now remember, Cartwright don't retail anything with over sort of 10 years old or over 120,000 miles. That window's working, so I don't know why it was down. Service now, it's overdue a service. How does she start? Let's have a go. Starts on the button. Idle seems okay. So we'll have a little go around the yard, see what the clutch is like. Clutch is nice. She's biting well. Since we smoothed this out, it's not as easy to check for smooth this concrete out. It's not as easy to check suspension anymore here. Brakes feel like I could do a little bit of work. If I was to guess, I'd say low pads. Yeah, I'd say low pads on the front, I would have thought. Yeah, I think I can hear a bit of contact with the front discs and pads. So I expect that'll need doing. Does it boost okay? I feel it coming in. It's going to first. It boosts okay, no smoke out the back. Don't know what the history's like. We'll have a little look. Is there anything in the glove box? I think the guys tend to separate that out on these. Golfs are always mega popular. If I can get a Golf out the door at a low price, it will sell all day long. People do love a Golf. I've got about probably 3 people I could ring right now that would bite my arm off for a cheap Golf. But we'll see what the score is. Parking it somewhere, the cheap Golf. Let's go and check the other ones out. Tell you what I didn't do before I set off is check the fluid levels. I did actually just quickly take it down the road and back, and it pulled really well. Coolant level is looking a little low, but it is still a minimum. And the oil clean that off a second. Oil, so quick look. Well, it's always going to be black bit in a diesel, but it's whether it's the right level or not. It's not bad, 2/3 of the way up the sticks, not too bad. Looking inside the engine bay, I'm not seeing any signs of oil anywhere around here. So on the face of it, looks okay. Bodywork wise, we've got to find a piece of trim for the headlight down there. Or is it a spotlight? No, it's just a bit of trim. We've got a little scuff there, not too much to worry about. That bit of trim there, I think it looks a lot worse than it might actually be. I think there was some dents on the door over the other side, wasn't there? I think the dent guy can get out. Got a bit of a bumper repair to do there. That's sticking out a bit there, but it's common with lots of cars, that. And then yeah, we've got a few dings in the door here, but some scrapes there, but most of that will polish out because it's in the lacquer. I think actually after a good old clean and a buff, this might be a darn sight better than it looks like on first take. Let's go and check out the other stuff. Let's have a quick look at the box of goodies and see what we've got. We've got a load of invoices for that Golf. It'd be good to look through there, see what's going on, but it looks like it may well have been pretty well cared for, that. Right, we'll check the Astra out next. First thing on the Astra is coolant. Is the coolant level going to be alright on it or not? That will give us straight away a good indicator. If it's really clear, it means someone's topped out very recently. If it's low, it could be using some. What we want to see is the right colour at roughly the right level, somewhere between medium and max. And obviously we don't want to see any mayo on any of the cap. So coolant is at the right level. Looks the right colour too. Okay. The cap looks clean. These are common to go. The thermostat housings look for sort of dried up coolant underneath. I'm not seeing that at the moment. Obviously you've also got the timing chain issues on these, but there is the one advantage of these, loads and loads of room to work on them. Let's see what we're like with a cold start. Interior seems in pretty good order, just needs a good old clean. What's the mileage on this one? Yeah, there's a dodo. Got our first flat battery. Let's go get the topped on jump pack on. Got the JS 2000 on there today. Pete's got the 3000 on the go with something else. That's 96,000 miles, so not bad miles for the year. Let's see how we go. Service battery charging system, well, that's to be expected, isn't it, with a flat battery? Unless it has got a bad alternator. It didn't start with any chain rattle, which is encouraging. Got very low fuel. Let's go for a little spin around the block and see what the score is. It's got a very familiar cracking of the injectors on these Vauxhalls. That other noise is just the covers loose. That sounds good. Right, clutch test. That's okay, bite's nice. Not concerned about that. See if it'll stall out if we try and pull away. Yep. Oh, why did I do that when the battery's dead? Oh, it started straight up again. Oh, lucky me. So yeah, so the clutch has got no slip in it and it's biting nicely. Quick go through the gears as far as I can at this speed. Seems to go through the gears all right. Not hearing any graunching on the brakes. Got tyre pressure warning light on, that's fair enough. So steers nicely. Not picking up anything from the suspension so far. Let me ditch the camera and go for a little drive on the road. Just a short one up the road and back, and just see what my thoughts are. Do you know what? That drove okay actually. I mean, obviously needs one hell of a clean and a machine polish, but the bodywork is straight other than that. And it's obviously had some money spent on it. We've got new tyres on there, we've got new discs, new pads. And it looks like we've got disc and pads on the back as well. Check straps have been greased. So we'll go and have a little look in the box and see if there's much in the way of service history with this. So we've got 23, 21, 17, 11, is that it? Got a load more invoices in there though. I need to go through there and another service book. Check that out a bit later. Right, first the minis, this little one. Not sure if it's a 1.4 or a 1.6. Door is dinged to hell. It's all peppered all the way along here, like it's been just beat up in a car park. But we have got a dent guy that'll be able to sort that out if we decide to retail it. 63 plate, possibly worth doing actually, yeah. What's this side like? This side's really straight. Someone on the other side of the car didn't like them. Should we pop the bonnet and have a little look? See, normally... Should we pop the bonnet and have a little look see underneath the bonnet first before we head off? It hasn't got a broken handle for once. That's good news. They seize up and they get broken. People force them. One of the hardest bonnets to open these, and I never managed to find the handle. It's back here somewhere, isn't it? There it is. Right, first looks. Coolant at the correct level. Oil cap. No mayo. Oil. Present. Doesn't look too bad. Engine bay. Acceptable amount of grime. Nothing looking very wet. Nothing look like it's been fiddled with very recently. Well, let's start her up. Inside looks like it'll clean up alright, no rips and tears. So we'll be able to clean that up alright. Quick look for any new parts. Got a 6-speed box. I don't know if that comes on a 1.4, so that might be an indicator it's a 1.6. 1.6 isn't too bad for insurance. I'm always surprised by how affordable it is for a lot of the first time drivers to have the 1.6s when they come by. That starts up and sounds alright. Only 54,000 miles on it. Idle seems to be okay. We haven't got a broken up screen, which is very common with these. Let's have a feel of the clutch. It's towards the top. Towards the top, but it's engaging fine, smooth. Now this should ride fairly okay because it hasn't got the stupid tyres. Oh, we've got a window open. Is the windows working? Yeah, just down for some reason. Just maybe so the guys don't get locked out of them. This has definitely got to be a retail, isn't it? 54,000 miles in British Racing Green. Steering's nice and tight. Not feeling any play in that. No drop links clunking away. Right, let's take it for a quick spin on the road. I'll put you down for 1 second. Quick spin on the road and we'll see what we think. You know what, that drove really nice. I know I'm saying the same thing repeatedly here, but it's always a nice surprise. Yeah, it drives really nice. Just needs a dent guy to go around and get the dents. There's no other paint other than that. Pulled really well, no smoke out the back of it. Suspension felt good. Nippy, and I always like these with the bigger tyres on. You go for the higher profile, bigger wheels, these crash about. They always ride that much better with these smaller wheels with a bigger rubber on. And nice colour, nice low mileage. Yeah, that seems decent. So next one is a proper cheapie, a 2007 Peugeot. Oh, what's this, a 207? 5-door. Got a ding in the wing, but that looks like that will actually push out, that ding on the wing. All the alloys are filthy. Oh, that seat's nasty. Oh, look at that seat. That is nasty. Not massively keen to get in, but it needs to be done. So we check the fluids before we go anywhere. This strikes me as something that we just give a good clean put it on Facebook Marketplace, something like that. I don't know how long the MOT is on it. We'll check that out. So engine bay, looks like we've probably got a rocker cover leak. I can see it going down here. It's probably coming from the rocker cover, looking at where it is. Coolant is at the right level, it's at max. Oil, it's got some. Just cleaned it off, I'll see what it is now. It looks to be about halfway up the stick. A bit hard to read on those. See how she starts. I'll have to brave that seat. Luckily I've got my work clothes on. Steering lock on, 2 secs. Yeah, steering lock was on. Alternator sounds a little grumbly. I think it's alternator, 75,000 miles. Clutch is okay. Check it goes for all the gears. Oh no. What's that? Don't know what the noise is. Hold on, seatbelt. I don't think it's transmission because it made it before we moved the car on, so let's take my foot off the clutch. Yeah, moving the clutch in and out makes no difference at all. So it's more likely to be a bearing on yeah, it's quieting down a bit now, changing. Yeah, more likely to be a bearing on something in the engine bay, I think. Mind you, it's quiet now. Oh, suspension's a bit knocky. Yeah, this doesn't strike me it's worth us putting a lot of time into this, to be honest. I think a good old wash, a good old clean up, and stick it on Marketplace. We'll see how much MOT it's got. Stick it on Marketplace for a few £100. Doesn't seem one worth us spending a lot of time on, to be honest. So 2 I like, 1 I don't, and we've got this last one here, which is the, I believe, the 1.5 Cooper. I think this one is. Bodywork looks okay. On this side, yeah, wheels could do with a bit of touching, but other than that, looks okay. Full leather. Oh. Let's move it out of the way of the plants and stuff before we just trying to see what it's like under the engine bay. So 105,000 miles. Should be why the guys probably weren't retailing it. Clutch, yeah, quite low, like most of the Mini Coopers I tend to drive. Not massively low. Let's get it through the gears, see how it is. Oh, cut out. Restarted happily enough on its own. Gear mine, I was in the wrong gear, that's me. Steering's tight. Ride seems okay. Firmer than the other one, being the sportier version with the bigger wheels. Let's go for a little spin on the road. So this is when Mini moved to the 1.5 turbocharged away from the 1.6 Prince engine. It's supposed to be a better unit. Can't even see where the dipstick is on this. Cap's nice and clean. Where is the dipstick on this? Is there one? It's probably just a reading on the dashboard. That's what BMW moved to on a lot of them, didn't they? Coolant wires. That's on the right level. So yeah, I guess it would tell me on the dashboard if the oil was low. So presumably that's all right then. Rest of it, you can't really see anything in the front of this car at all. It's really rammed in there. That's why maintenance is such a pain in the bottom. interior wise, we've got half leather with some tartan on it, which seems like it would clean up quite nicely. They're nice looking cars, there's no doubt in it, and they are fun to drive. And for all the slating I do tend to give Minis, I've only actually ever had one that I had a problem with, and I bought it with that problem knowing it, so it's probably not fair to class that as an issue. I've sold plenty of others and not actually had anything back, touch wood. And this is the nice colour, nice combo, should do quite well. I think this is probably worth trying to retail on. So there we have it, there's our little 5-car buy. Let me know what your thoughts are on it, and we will start to get cracking on these and see what we can do with them. If you want to know how we get on, obviously give us a like, give us a subscribe if you're not already. If you think you are, double check you are, and we'll start to get some videos out on getting these prepped. Of course, feel free to put in the comments how much of a loon you think I am for blind buying 5 cars with not so much as even a photo.